Welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to install the Pi Network node in macOS. So let's take a look. So I'm at my desktop and here's the specs of the computer that I'm using. macOS Monterey version 12.2.1. It's a MacBook Air. It's 1.1 gigahertz with 8 gigs of RAM base. So it's a 250 gig hard drive. There's about 150 gigs available right now. So this should be more than enough. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to open up my browser here and I'm going to be going to the Pi Node website. And here we are at the Pi Node website. It's node.mindpi.com. We're going to click on the download node option right over here. And in this video, we're going to be doing the Mac version. If you're looking to do the Windows version, you can check out this video and I'll walk you through those steps. And go ahead and click on the Mac. It's going to download the file. It's just under 100 megs in size. We'll let that download here and I'll jump over to the next step. All right, so the download is now complete. I'm going to go ahead and open that up and I'll just minimize my browser for now. And the only thing that we have to basically do here is take the Pi Node icon and drag it over to applications and it's going to install the app for us. So we can go ahead and close this installer and inside my Launchpad, it's going to type in Pi. And you can see that the Pi app comes up here. Go ahead and click on that and it's going to open up the node application. Get a prompt over here. We're going to allow it to go ahead and say open. All right, so we have the Pi app now launched. We can go ahead and click on login and it's going to want to sync with your mobile adapter. Okay, so now I have my Pi app open and you can see that there's a menu option up here in the left hand corner. I'm going to go ahead and tap on that and then down here in the menu you can see node. And it's going to ask me to enter in the same code that we have over here. So I'm going to go ahead and type that in. And once we have that typed in, I'm going to tap on confirm. So your code has now been submitted. You can see that it's logging in over here on the screen. So that's great. I can now close the app. And now I'm here at my desktop and I can click on the dismiss option over here and we have the Pi Node app installed. So we're gonna go over here into the node section. We're gonna click on it. So the next step is to apply for the node. So we're gonna select that. We're gonna give it some information over here on how we intend to use it. I'm gonna let it know that it's a spare computer. It's a laptop. We're using macOS. Scroll down a little bit over here. Network uptime. It wants to know if your computer is gonna be permanently connected. We're gonna say yes to that. And then is your computer connected through a router? Mine is. Scroll down a little bit further here. And then it wants to know availability. And I intend to run this 24/7 always on. The next one is going to be the country option. In here, I'm just going to select Canada, but you select the country that you're in. Are you interested in completing the KYC ASAP? I'm going to say not for now. So the KYC will be important if you want to get paid out. So you do eventually want to do the KYC application there. So click on submit. All right, so I'm gonna click on the back button and it says our Pi Node application has been submitted. Now we're gonna follow the steps to get our Pi Node running. Click on continue. First thing is to install Docker. I don't have Docker installed on this laptop. I'm gonna go ahead and click on the download Docker option over here. It's gonna pop open my browser and you can see it's gonna take me to the website for Docker. It knows that I have a Mac and it knows that it has an Intel chip, so this is going to be the correct version. If this is incorrect, you can go ahead and check the option inside here. Go ahead and click on download Docker. We want to allow this download, so we'll click on allow. Okay, so we can see that Docker is 690 megs in size, so it's a fairly big file. We want to make sure that you have enough space to run this application. I'll jump over to the next part when this has been completed. All right, so we have our Docker over here in the downloads. It looks like it's now complete. I'm going to go ahead and double click on that to open it up. And the only thing that we need to do to install this is take the icon from over here. We're going to drag and drop it into our applications and that'll initiate the installation process. So the total size that we have over here once it's installed is going to be 2.14 gigs. The installation is going to take about 3 minutes. I'll jump over to the next step. Okay, it looks like the installation is now complete. I'm going to go ahead and close this and I'll close the website that we have over here. And I'm just going to minimize Docker or my Pi Node for now. I'm going to go inside my Launchpad and I'm going to type in Docker and you can see that it comes up right away. Go ahead and click on that to launch it. All right, we're going to be using recommended settings. It wants your password to be entered, so I'll go ahead and type that in right now. All right, so we're back up here and we have the tip of the week. I'm going to go ahead and close this. If you want to be nice, you can go ahead and fill out this information. In this example, I'm just going to skip it. The Docker engine is now starting up. Okay, so we have Docker installed, and that looks good. We can go into our Pi Network node app. I'm going to go back in here because it looks like it reset. Go back into connection. Okay, so we have a green check mark here. Yes, we did good. Docker is now installed. This is the way it's going to look like if Docker is installed correctly. We're going to go down here. The next part is to open up ports on your router. So this is always fun because it really depends on the hardware that you're using, the router that you're using, or the modem that you're using. This can get very complicated or it could be very easy. The easiest part is if you have a direct connection from your modem right into your PC and you get an outside external IP address. If you do, that's perfect. You don't have to worry about opening up ports on your router. Now, if you do have to open up ports on your router, you can check out this video and I'll walk you through the steps of setting that up, because it really depends on the type of hardware that you're using and it varies from manufacturer to manufacturer, but I give you a very general idea of how to do it so you can sort of walk through it. I try my best. Hopefully that video helps you out. The first thing that we're going to need on this Mac is to know what our IP address is. So we're going to go up here to the icon at the top, go into About This Mac, and then we're going to go to System Report, and then we're going to scroll down here under Network, and then we got, this is connected via Wi-Fi, and you can see that the IP address over here on this MacBook Air is 192.168.1.62. So I'm going to have to go into my router, and I'm going to have to make sure all these ports are opened and being forwarded to this IP address. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. All right, so we're on this very useful site that's going to scan the ports. I'm going to click on the scan button, and you can see that these 3 ports are the ones that are open. I've actually opened up all of them, but right now these are the ones that the Pi node is going to communicate on. The first 3 or 4 are the most important ones that you want to make sure that you have opened. As long as you have these 3 ports open and they pass, you're not having any issues. We can go ahead and test it using the Pi node software. So I'm going to minimize that and I go over here and I click on the Check Now button, and it's going to test this out for me. And I definitely have to let you know that this is not the most stable application. You can see in the background over here, a Pi node container just opened up here. This is for testing. All right, so we have the Stellar dummy running right now. This is to run the port test. I'm going to minimize that since we have it running. The Pi is now loading right over here. It's trying to connect to the network. It looks like it'll first download the blockchain. It's starting up right now. We can see that it's your computer starting up the blockchain. It's going to download a copy of the blockchain onto my PC. So that's it. That's how you set up the Pi node on macOS. I also have this guide as well as one for Windows and some fixes. If you run into some issues, I'm creating some videos on how to fix those problems. So you can check out my dedicated channel, which is CryptoJar. I'll make sure I link that in the description below. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please smash that like button. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.